Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Decoding Product Security. My name is Dvir, and I'm excited to host here Rami from Orcanos, co-founder and CEO. Rami, thanks for joining.
Hi, Dvir. How are you? Thank you for
I'm
inviting me.
good, thanks. Of course. So we gathered here today because we're actually hosting a meetup soon, which will also be available online on demand. So catch that too. Why are we basically holding that meetup, Rami? What are we hoping customers to gain from it?
Well, after being in the industry for over 20 years, and recently following up a lot about what's going on from a regulatory perspective around cybersecurity, I thought that it would be very, very interesting for the market to see different angles on similar topic, coming from technology perspective, seeing how C2A bringing innovative approach to address risk assessments, risk evaluations for companies that are required to do that. Coming from the practical angle, where we actually working with people that are helping companies to prepare for themselves for an audit around the cybersecurity, and coming from the regulatory perspective to see how we are being viewed and seen by those notified bodies. And I think the
Mhm.
audience that we're looking at will be extremely interesting because we're bringing engineers, quality people, regulatory people, people from production,
Mhm.
life science, aerospace and defense. So it's going to be exciting, I'm sure.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. So we obviously announced our partnership a few months back. Orcanos being a leader in quality management and assurance. We're coming from the product security side, helping companies around risk assessment and empowering them to automate the regulatory compliance. And I think here what is interesting, at least to me, is that I've heard and read a lot of recent regulations that came into play that started from the safety side, which is obviously patient safety is the top priority for any regulatory and any company. There is between the FDA, between HIPAA, the Healthcare Cybersecurity and Resilience Act, the Cyber Resilience Act in Europe that I read also applies to medical devices. So we're seeing that there is this increased pressure around safety and product security that are usually bound together. And that is being added through with quality assurance and quality management, which is always important in medical environment and in medical environment, sorry. So when you're coming to customers, do you also see those challenges? What type of discussions do you have with your customers around these areas?
Well, we've been in the quality area for quite a bit of time, and
Mhm.
we just recently started paying attention to cybersecurity and on why. I think that the awareness about cybersecurity really comes from the attention that is addressed by the notified bodies. Once the
Yeah.
notified bodies declared, and that was starting even a little bit earlier when we talk about mobile health. What does this
Mhm.
mean, mobile health? How we can trust mobile apps to give us biological measurements and use it in our clinics for judgments? That opened up this whole idea around cybersecurity and brought some more attention to it. But then there was some really big gap between what the FDA and the notified bodies know about cybersecurity and what was really in the industry regulatory standards. So there was a
Yeah.
period of time where we had to build that for the
Yeah.
no- for the medical device. So I think that what really comes into attention is the trend of the notified bodies putting attention into the cybersecurity. And that
Mhm.
also comes in a later stage from our own clients. They're starting consuming from us knowledge and information and tools that help them to evidence that they have been validating the product against cybersecurity. So I
Yeah.
think that these two tractions of forces coming from the regulatory aspect on one hand and from the manufacturers themselves is really, really showing the attention we are trying to bring into this event next week.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. It's going to be very exciting. So be sure to look for the registration links and all the details in the comments below. And Rami, thanks again for joining us here, taking the time. And
Thank you so much,
we'll meet
Bear.
soon.
See you soon. Bye bye.
Bye, guys.